Welcome everybody to Coach's Corner. Tonight it's my privilege to have a special guest tonight. You might recognize his voice, but today we're going to put a voice with a face. It's no other than the voice of the Hawks, Josh Yates. Josh, say hello to our audience.
Hello, everybody. This is, like you said, this is my face here. You guys hear me, every night behind the camera, but I'm excited you guys now know what I look like whenever I'm calling these games for you.
It's always good to put a face to the voice, right, name, Josh? Right? Exactly. Yep. So we're going to learn a little bit about Josh Yates tonight. He's a big part of our program. He's underappreciated, but he's the guy that everybody hears the goal calls for Hawks, and he's been with us for a couple of years. Josh, tell us a little bit about you, where you're from, your major, all that good stuff.
Yeah, I'm from South Fayette High School. I grew up with Schrader. He's one of the goaltenders here, but he kind of got me into this whole thing. I've never really been a huge hockey guy. I've watched Penguins and stuff like that growing up, but I never played. I played baseball in high school, and I was roommates with Alan Schrader my freshman year, and I hung out with guys like Miola and Hoffman, and they kind of brought me around the game. And my freshman year, I was at almost every single home game, and I think sort of subconsciously there, I learned a lot about the team and the game. And then one of the old announcers that graduated last year, Alex Donaldson, he kind of slid that offer across the table and was like, hey, you want to be my color guy next year? And I said, of course, sure. It was kind of one of those opportunities, they say in college that you're supposed to jump on any opportunities that come across your desk, and I wasn't really sure if I was going to be able to do it, proficiently enough, and I kind of just jumped on it, and then he graduated, and now I'm the play-by-play guy, so I kind of assumed that. Yeah,
so you've actually taken a step up the broadcasting ladder, Josh.
Yeah.
And, I watch these games afterwards, probably once or twice a game, just to look for some of the things that we need to improve on it, and I just recognize you do a tremendous job. Thank you. Talk a little bit about the views we get. How many people are watching this telecast?
I think on average we're getting around, I was seeing around 600 or 700 views. Those are obviously aren't all at one time, but across the span of the game we have around 700 people tuning in, and really at any given moment we have anywhere from 50 to 300 people for broadcast. So it's really, we have a pretty broad reach, and it was beyond my knowledge until I started kind of running things on my laptop. And last year I really had no clue how many viewers we had, and now looking at it, I've realized you've told it to me before that it is a big part of the program, and now I'm kind of seeing that, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, the nice thing about it does a lot for us. It allows our parents from out of town that can't make the games to be able to watch, obviously their kids play, and we're on the road. People can't always travel. We travel quite a bit, and they're able to watch the broadcast. It's also a great recruiting tool. I mean, we use this to show our recruits that, we're a top shelf program with our own broadcast team, and believe it or not, that helps a lot in recruiting. So we appreciate everything you do. So let's shift gears a little bit and give us your assessment of the hockey program as it stands.
I think the team's in a really good spot. I genuinely think this is coming from a pretty biased viewpoint, but I think they could do something special this year. Me and Alex talk a lot off camera about a lot of the big bodies that you brought in the off season, and it's a traditional type of play, and I think it is going to take the team a long way. The quick forwards and the big defensemen and great goaltending, and we saw it last weekend putting up 19 goals against a pretty good program that they could do something, and I think they're going to be a good team this year.
What's the best thing about broadcasting an IUP hockey game? What do you like about it?
I feel like I know. Obviously, I'm not part of the team, but
you're a big part of the team.
I'm not lacing up the skates like these guys are.
You're a big part of the team, Josh.
But that's honestly the point that I was going with. Like a lot of these guys I hang around with, and they make me feel like family around here, and it's a lot of fun showing up at the rink a couple hours early and set everything up and seeing guys walk around the arena here, and that's a lot of fun.
What's the high point for you? Road game, home game?
I like home games, but filling out the bank here and getting the crowd ready to go. But road games are fun too. You can show the away fans that we don't come to play here, and the broadcast team's ready to roll home or away.
Well, what about the spread last week? Talk about the meal we provided for the team.
Oh, that was some good. I've been on a couple of road trips and experienced a lot of meals. Of course the Longhorn steakhouses. I'm still waiting for you. You promised me that, but
well, we got to win a few more games.
Right.
We put a few more fans in the seats.
Right,
That'll help us go to the Longhorn,
yeah.
Josh. So
we had some good pasta though last week. It was I don't know what that place was called, but they were feeding everybody.
I think it was Pasquale's. Yeah, I believe it was Pasquale's. Was very good. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about who you think have been the stars so far this season on the hockey team. Who stood out to you? Give me a couple of forwards. Give me a D. Give me a goalie.
Well, I think you. Well, we'll start with goaltenders here. I think it's a little too early to tell, but I mean, both goaltenders that have been in the game have been fantastic. I think Moose was great last year, and I think he's going to do good things this year as well. Defenseman, I like Jake Schmelzer a lot. He's a big body. He looks great with Sean Donovan. They're a great pair together, and moves the puck well. He skates well. I'd say he's probably the star defenseman so far. And then for forwards, let me look here what I got on my list. I mean, Shane Miller, 10 points in 4 games. You can't complain about that. He's the new captain for the squad this year. So yeah, I think I'll give it to Miller. He's a good hockey player. He's a great hockey player.
He's a good citizen too, and that's why he's our captain. I mean, you can't say enough good things about Shane. What a great kid. Okay, so let's shift gears a little bit before we wrap up the show. So tonight we're going to put a lineup out there that's close to the best for us, meaning that we've got just about everybody back healthy. Spencer Johnson returns tonight, big center iceman from Erie. He'll be in the middle of the Erie line. You can use that if you like, Josh.
Yeah, for sure.
All 3 players originate from Erie: Matt Loza, Jordan Adams, and of course Spencer Johnson. We expect big things from him as well. As far as we say moving forward, we like our depth of our team, and I think you've noticed that through the broadcast.
For sure.
But before we wrap it up, and I'm not going to put you on the spot, but I'm going to put you on the spot. Your best IUP hockey memory to date?
Oh, geez. Best IUP hockey memory. You really are putting me on the spot.
Most exciting game you broadcast could be that. It could be whatever it is, Josh.
I'll say that. Oh, geez. I mean, that game earlier that we had in the season with that full line brawl, that was exciting to call. I'd say that was some fun, but I don't know. How
about the John Carroll game last year in the shootout?
Oh, that was good. Yeah, when it was a little it was a wonky broadcast, you could say. We were at a weird vantage point, had to climb a ladder to get to our side. I would say that's my favorite. It was a little unconventional, but it was fun. The shootout was fun.
Well, to wrap up tonight's show, I just wanted everybody to understand and learn a little bit about Josh. He's a great help to our program. He's a member of the team, regardless of what he thinks. He's a big part of the program. We appreciate everything he does. So sit back and enjoy Josh's call tonight. Should be a good hockey game. Canisius comes in undefeated as well. So we're looking for a battle here tonight. Stay tuned, and we appreciate everybody's viewing. When you get a chance, make sure you come out and watch the Hawks play. Thank you.
Polowitz. Also on D, number 55, Matthew Bowen. At wing, number 11, Aiden LeBlanc. Also at wing, number 86, Jagger North. At center, number 22, Liam Wicks. And in goal tonight, Xavier LaPierre. And for your Hawks, on defense, number 24, Max Rurick. Also on D, number 74, Zach Soy. At wing, number 59, Owen Tudich. Also at wing, number 56, Nathan Miola. At center, number 25, Jace Rurick. And in goal tonight for your Hawks, number 31, Connor Halpert. Will you please stand, remove your helmets, welcome, and join them.
Welcome everybody. The IUP Crimson Hawks back at the bank, ready to go here against Canisius University. An undefeated Crimson Hawks squad, 4-0 coming into this weekend against an undefeated Golden Griffin squad. Of course, the Crimson Hawks coming off that heavy weekend against Rutgers University, a 9-3 win on Friday night, and then a 10-2 win on Saturday. We had two outstanding goaltending performances as well from Shane Paremba in the first game and Connor Halpert in the second game, who is in the blue paint tonight for the Hawks against Stan Paolo and the Golden Griffs. Here, we're getting ready for puck drop. What do you got, Alex?
Yeah, and talking about our skaters, too, I really liked what I saw from Fairman as it was his first set of games. He missed that the first set against William Patterson, so those were his first set of games against Rutgers last weekend. He had 4 points and did really an outstanding job of pestering that defense when they had it in their own end, trying to get it out. And you can't talk about the goal scorers. Like we had a hat-trick duo with Miller with 3 goals on Friday, and then Solomon trading places with him the next day with 3 goals of his own on Saturday. But you can't talk about those goals without talking about who was feeding him those goals, and that was Jordan Adams. That weekend he had 3 assists and 2 goals, 5 points total on the weekend. So we're looking to see them move the puck around pretty well here, keep their spacing, and if they can do that, they can have a good chance to win this game against the Canisius University. Yeah, we're definitely going to see here a good battle. 2 great squads going at it. Here's Canisius with a shot on. Halpert handled it. Puck in the far corner. Soy tangled up. There's Jace Rear trying to get the clear, and he gets it. Defenseman back now, Aiden LeBlanc. Over to Bowen. Bowen up the ice. It's going to get a quick dump in. That first line of forwards that was out there was Owen Tudich, Jace Rearick, Nathan Miola, backed by Maddox Rearick and Zach Soy on the blue line. Of course, we said Shane Paremba in net. Excuse me, Connor Halpert in net. So he's had an outstanding start to the season, you could say. 2-0, .955 save percentage, so he's looking to bolster that as well.
Yeah, and like you said last weekend, Josh, he had a great performance. He seemed lights out in the net. I forget how many shots exactly he faced, but
it was upwards of 50. It was somewhere in the high 40s he faced.
Yeah, I remember being my jaw was kind of on the floor after, because I mean he just looked like Stonewall Jackson back there, you know.
He's looking to do a little bit more of the same. Is still no registered shots on him so far. But Canisius is setting up their offense here early. They dump it down in deep. There's Donovan in the far corner giving chase. Miller up front now. Looks like the Crimson Hawks are still just a little sluggish, excuse me, kind of caught back on their heels. There's Canisius is going to dump it in. It's whistled down. Like I said, they're starting off a little slow here. Usually the Crimson Hawks are lightning feet right out of the gates.
A lot more active.
Of course, only a minute and 45 in, 18:15 to go on the clock. You see a neutral zone draw here. We're talking about it during the coach's corner is the Erie line here. It's Jordan Adams, Spencer Johnson, and Matthew Loza, all three of them calling Erie, Pennsylvania their home. So here comes Canisius through the neutral zone. Defensive pair is Aiden Seitz and Ty Burkett. They close their man off. Loza and Seitz on the far board. And stick check by Spencer Johnson. He's back in the lineup after an injury. I'll tie up in the far corner. And Burkett has it down low. He's playing keep away from his man. He's tied up back there with Cameron Coogan. Still a board battle, loose pucks. Now Seitz controlled. He's going to dump it for Loza. Loza looks up ice for Johnston. It's a wayward pass. Bowen has it in his own zone. He's going to go up ice. Assume it was Hansen that dumped it in. Now the Crimson Hawks here come the other way. Loza takes it in. Fan pass. He maintains control. Backhander in. Was sticked away by the Golden Griffs. There's Maddox Rearick. Just a quick reverse back into the zone. Some new personnel for the Crimson Hawks. Hoffman keeps it in. And he hits Gavin Filson in stride. Filson throws one on. It's blocked in the lane. Now Canisius the other way. Maddox Rearick closing his man off on the dump. And Soy has it down low. He gives it to his partner. Now it's up the left side. Filson trying to spring Solomon in the middle. Hoffman and Solomon on that forecheck. Solomon had a hat trick last week, and he's looking to, of course, notch a couple more points here tonight. Soy down low. He's going to swipe it around the edge of the boards. Has it back behind Halpert again, tied up with Coogan down there as well. He's playing keep away.
I'm liking the defense I'm seeing so far from the Hawks, Josh. They seem to be moving cohesively. When one man goes towards the puck, they all shift over, and I'm liking that. But would like to see them be a little bit more aggressive on this offensive end. Interrupt some passing lanes, too. That's what they did so well last week, and here's a great pass.
Yeah, stretch pass. Jace Rearick all alone. He had it, was kind of a mishandled pass. Coming up the other way was Wicks. Now Donovan closes his man off. He's looking for Miola up the ice. Doesn't get it. Icing is going to be the call. Again, that starting line out there now, Jace Rearick, Nathan Miola, and Owen Tudich. Of course, he had a couple points last weekend as well. This draw is going to come back down to the left of Halpert. A great man at the face-off dot there, Jace Rearick, fifth-year senior in there. It's one straight back. Donovan controls. Gives it to his partner, Schmelzer. Schmelzer up the ice. Looking for Tudich. Tudich has it coming up the left side. He goes around one man. Miola grabs it. And he has it down low. Trying to keep it in is Schmelzer. Schmelzer has it at the blue line. Canisius was looking for that odd man rush the other way. Jace Rearick in the middle of the ice tried to dump it in. It's off Tudich's skate. Now Miola on the forecheck. Here's Bowen looking up. Finds North. North drops it into the zone for Coogan. Coogan tries to go up high, misses wide. Miola unable to control. Another quick dump in there by Canisius.
When the puck is on the opposite side of the ice, Josh, I'd like to see, I know it's a little bit of a risky move, but more of an offensive one. Nice hit, middle of the ice there. My goodness, but just look for the defenders to kind of push up in this open ice area when the puck's on the other side of the ice. That way they can be set up for a pass across ice, switch the ice, and kind of set up another offensive drive.
Yeah, the big stand-up hit by Tudich kind of kick-started an offensive drive there. There was a shot by Rearick that was patted away. Now it's back the other way. Rearick has it in his own zone. He's trying to find Tudich up the ice. Missed it wide, and it's going to be whistled down for icing.
We saw a couple of nice hits last weekend, Josh, didn't we? The one came from Donovan, and then it was towards the end of the second period there, and I believe our Saturday game. But Donovan had a great reverse hit against one of his men, and then right down the ice, not even 10 seconds later, Solomon, laid a guy out. We're talking guy left the ice and into the board, so it was almost like a video game. So we'll look to see some more physicality today, and that's just an early sign of it.
There was a lofted shot in from the neutral zone that was plucked by Halpert. We see another Draw down in their own end. The forwards out there now are Malloy, Miller, and Fairman. Very productive line.
Some trouble with the net on its moorings there.
It's won by the Griffs. There's a shot in with a deflection. Halpert stood up tall, kept it in though. Kept it out, I should say.
Yeah. Defense did a great job of retrieving that puck and getting it out of the way.
And here come the Hawks. Malloy into the zone, up the right side. Tries for the short angle pass off pads. He circles it right back up top for Burkett. Burkett throws one on, looking for a deflection. Malloy in the slot. It was handled by LaPierre. They're going to whistle that offsides. Allwine tried to keep it inside. And here comes Canisius. Bowen up the right side. He's just going to loft it into the zone. It's going to be icing, and the draw is going to come right back down here to the left of LaPierre. That was sort of another surprise opportunity there. Of course, there was a shot, I believe it was from Burkett, that was blocked in tight. Malloy sort of picked it up. He was trying to cycle, picked it up, and threw that quick one on, but of course, no dice. 13:57 to go.
Yeah, and you can't ask for a better spot than that. I mean, he was dead center right in the slot. But we'll see. He might get another opportunity and take advantage of that one.
There's sort of a collision there by Maddox Rearick. Kept the man from the rush. It's Malloy taking it in the left side, throws on the brakes. He's going to give it for Miller. Miller around one man, around two. Malloy with a quick shot, stick save by LaPierre. There's Maddox Rearick in the slot too, is picked off by Coogan. Soy and Miller connect for the dump in. They're going to get some new legs out there.
Great hit by Fairman, but he stood, Canisius' man stood up tall there on the boards. He had a head of steam coming in.
Coogan takes it into the zone. A lot of stick checks. Loza and Fairman tying him up. Loza's going to pick it off into the neutral zone. There's Hansen turning it around. It's going to be whistled down. I believe there was an injury on the ice. I don't know if that's what they whistled it down for. But again, that was Coogan that was slow to get up. Actually,
I think they're putting Fairman in the box because he got tangled up there over on the boards, and his arms were raised, and I think as he was raising his arms, Canisius' man's stick went into the bench area, and I think they're just calling Fairman for the fact that, you know, his arm went up and coincidentally the stick ended up out of play, so you're going to get called for that no matter what. It was your fault. So we'll see what they can do here. The Hawks have had a great penalty kill so far this year. All 4 games they played so far. See if they can keep it up.
Quick shot in that was shouldered away by Halpert. Donovan giving him a push. Keeping it to the outside. That's been their motto on the penalty kill. Adams does just that. Now on the left side, LeBlanc has it. He slides to the left wing. Back to LeBlanc. And in tight. There was a backdoor look that found the back of the net for Halpert. That will kill the penalty. It was certainly an untimely one at that. As Hunter Fairman was paying the price for that previous call. And just like that, the score is 1-0 for the Canisius Golden Griffins.
Now, I think what the Crimson Hawks have to think about now is they're facing a team that they haven't seen this kind of passing before. Canisius is very much like the Hawks, where they're tape to tape. They're quick with their passes. They make long ones, they make short ones, and they're great at opening up passing lanes, as you saw with that power play right there, let alone how far this game has gone, how this game has gone so far. But they need to figure out a way to combat that and maybe just start filling in those passing lanes and get some interceptions.
That muffed puck was held by LaPierre. We're going to see a draw here to the left of him. Hoffman, Solomon, and Filson out there. It's one straight back for Allwine. Allwine dances around one. He's going to take it in deep. The hand goes up, and it's going to be against Canisius. So just like that, we will see the power play for the Crimson Hawks.
I think it might be a slash, just because of that stick check there.
And that is, number 7, Josh Akulowitz. It's going to sit.
Yep, and that's exactly what they called him for. So IUP might have the chance to return the favor here, Josh. They don't have to worry about having too much time lost in the period.
And just like that, we saw a couple of odd man opportunities for the Hawks last week. They're going to show it off here again. There's Maddox Rearick in the slot. It was bounced away and out of the zone. There's Jace giving it up for, Schmelzer. Now Tudich with some speed up the left side. He's going to take it in. Again, take it around the net. Scanning his options, still cycling, 2 to Chazet, he drops it for Schmelzer. Schmelzer goes all the way to the left wing for Jace Rearick. Jace around 1. He's gonna cut in the middle and go up high. Picks his corner. An electric shot on the power play for Jace Rearick. And just like that, we're all knotted up at 1.
What a rip, Josh. I mean, upper 90. Goaltender, I don't think even saw it. He danced around those defenders beautifully, and I mean, he got right to the middle of the ice about, I don't know, 20 feet away, and I mean, like I said, he ripped it. He wasn't even playing around. There was no mercy behind that one.
And he threw on that stick move up high, then, of course, went in to the middle in that slot, and he has that quick release. We got a new game here. The draw won by Canisius. We see a little bit of a spark now by the Crimson Hawks. That's whistled off sides. It was Loza that was unable to get back and touch up. See a neutral zone draw. Again, it's that Erie line out there right now. Jordan Adams, like you mentioned, a productive weekend last week. And Spencer Johnson in there after the injury. He's a great face-off man, and he does just that. Wins it, but Canisius controls.
It's a battle on the boards here. Still fighting for it. Canisius comes out with it.
There's Sights collecting down low. Sights and all line battling. Swipe it out for Loza. Loza tripped up, and again, taken away by Canisius. In front, Halpert throws the glove down and freezes it right in front. The shot counter currently sits 4-3 in favor of Canisius. We're going to get some new personnel for both squads there now.
And the Hawks just look kind of lost so far on defense, that is. I've seen a lot more, at least from the William Patterson game we watched and the Rutgers game we watched. Those two teams' offensives never seem to get any chance at a shot on net because the defense is just able to shut them down. And here it just seems that they're having trouble just because Canisius is so good at throwing that puck around and getting it from tape to tape.
Donovan has it up high. He gives it for Fairman on the right side. He's going to take it around deep. He dumps it back from Malloy, looking for that back door. Just sticked away by LeBlanc. Still they're fighting for it. Fairman has it on the right wing. Gives it for Malloy down on the goal line. Back to Fairman behind LeBlanc. Gives it for Malloy up high. And it looked like that was going towards that top corner. The net came off of its pegs. Because I think it was, honestly, LaPierre slamming into that post because I think he had the angle.
Yeah, I mean, Malloy had a great shot at a near post goal there, and from that angle, like you said, especially as a right-handed shooter, that's a hard shot. And like you said, I just don't think the tender was really thinking about it and then had a quick reaction and nudged it off with a shoulder.
One straight back. Fairman looking into the net. He takes one in. It slams off the glass behind him. Now North coming up the right side. He's going to chip it behind Schmelzer, and Donovan collects behind Halpert. A wayward pass. Schmelzer tried to intercept. He's tangled up with a man down low. I think the puck went up and out of play. We have 10:27 to go, nearing the halfway point of this first period. It's going to be some new units for the Crimson Hawks. And a couple of new legs for Canisius. It's Hoffman heading to the face-off dot. It's one back for Maddox Rearick. He gives it for Soy, then Filson on the right side. Here comes Solomon at Hoffman's feet. He's unaware. Canisius takes it right back in. Now going up the left, tries to put a move around Soy. Soy intercepts it, and he's looking up the ice to go the other way. Filson now taking it out. Now Solomon coming up the left side. Solomon throws on the brakes, looking in the middle for Hoffman. That was intercepted by Quinn Collins, the defenseman. Now there's French. Throws it into the zone.
Great defense there on the end.
Luke White throws a quick one on that Halpert was able to pad away. Another board battle in the far corner. Hoffman involved, Filson involved. Maddox Rearick now. Gives it for Filson. And still neutral zone puck, sort of neutral zone play, I should say. They're both teams kind of fumbling around with it now. Now Burkett tying his man up, picking it away. Bowen had it in the neutral zone and lets it slide all the way down. Kulowitz, that's Josh Akulowitz.
And so far,
in the neutral zone, yeah.
So far, 11 minutes into this game, and IUP's only got 3 shots on goal, and Canisius with 4 shots on goal. It's been a pretty back and forth effort with not really many opportunities to score other than the goals that we did see.
Now into the slot, Tudich has it. There was a pad save. LaPierre was looking behind him. The puck was in front of him the whole time. Burkett now giving it to Seitz on the right side. He chips it in, maintains in the neutral zone. Seitz has it now, taking it into the zone. Trying to dance around that defenseman. And tying him up was Depredina.
And Seitz is hustling back to fill in that spot, and that's great to see.
Coogan was trying to receive that stretch pass. They're in the middle of a change, and the Hawks are going to try and capitalize on it. Tudich takes it into the zone and gives it for Jace Rierick that was off the heel of his stick. Now Donovan has it up high. Backhander in with some traffic. Almost finds the back. Miola now throws it for Jace Rierick, and that finds the back of the net. There was a backhand pass from Miola off the stick of Jace Rierick, notching his 2nd goal of the game. And somehow that puck fumbled in behind him.
Yeah, and that like you said, somehow fumbled in behind him, but also somehow found Rierick's stick. I mean, he was just right there at the right time. I mean, it was a good little pass there, but defense was right on Rierick, and he was able to just find a way to get to the puck first and throw a quick one on. I don't think the net goaltender even knew that the puck was coming towards him before there was some shouting by the net.
Yeah, I think it's great hockey IQ, too, by Nathan Miola, knowing that he has that man trailing behind him, and he sort of gave him that delivery on the backhand.
Yeah, he wasn't looking at him at all.
Yeah. Now Loza has it, takes it behind the net again, was looking for that slot. There was nobody there. Schmelzer keeps in the zone, throws it in. And Adams again, they're looking for that close-in play. The greasy goals, it's worked already. John Donovan's going to rim it around. 7:47 and counting on the game clock. Jordan Adams on that forecheck. He tips it away and keeps it in. Well, there's Pagano. It's going to dump it in, and of course the Griffs are going to try and get a change. They've been out there for a while. Now Schmelzer with some speed, trying to find Loza. Another dump into the Hawk zone.
And Canisius really seems to love this right side of the ice, Josh. They're taking a lot of opportunities and passing along that side, looking for shots on that side.
That's a good point you mentioned. They really have not utilized the left side of the ice much on their rush. Of course, I'm sure the Crimson Hawks have that noted in the back of their minds.
Yeah, absolutely.
6-4 now. The shot counter sits now in favor of the Crimson Hawks. 6-4. It was 3-4 the last time we mentioned it. And that draw now in the Hawk zone is won by Canisius in the high slot. Halpert kicks it away, and an amazing stop, still fumbling around. They're going to whistle it dead. I think the net is off, but it's great work by Halpert as he was shuffling from left to right, and he was well out of his crease before that puck was blown dead.
And I mean, like that was a great save. He recovered well, but I think he's biting a little too early on some of these shots, Josh. That's where Canisius is getting their opportunities, is getting him to bite out of the net, and then they're able to pass it around. So we'll look. There's a quick one right there. You got to be careful. Get people out of the middle of the ice, too. The Hawks do such a good job of maintaining shots to the outside perimeter of their end, and yet we see Canisius getting into the middle like no other team has done so far this season, so they got to work to get them out of there.
Of course, Halpert standing tall to all the challenges he's been tested with so far. Another shot in that goes over top of his net. Miller swipes it out into the neutral zone. Malloy on the forecheck, Fairman as well. Soy's going to keep it in on his own blue line.
Great work settling that puck.
He's dancing around his man, showing off those stick skills. Now Maddox Rierick has it. Just looking for Fairman in the blue line. Miller with some speed kind of chips it in. It's Miller and Depredina tied up back there, and Fairman just comes and picks it away.
Tough to win a puck battle against
Soy
Shane Miller.
Gives it to Maddox Rierick again, looking for that traffic shot. Miller maintains it. He's taken to the ice. Now coming up the left side was Wicks. That was sort of the first time we've seen them try that left side, and immediately Soy shut it down. Now Maddox Rierick up into the neutral zone for Fairman. Fairman looking for Miller, and Miller maintains it, takes it in, he finds Malloy. Malloy looking for that backdoor pass. It was intercepted by Depredina, threw the stick down. And now the Griffs the other way, looking for that turnaround shot, was unable to get it. It's dumped up and out of the zone by Maddox Rearick. Bowen has it on this close board, and he gives it right back up for Malloy.
It was a great
Malloy goes around one. He looks for the 5-hole, was unable to get it. Standing tall was LaPierre. He split the defense perfectly there. It was a great look, but again, LaPierre had it.
I think he caught them on their feet a little bit, bringing that puck in too, because there was almost a slight pause in the defense's, Canisius's defense there, and Malloy was able to just take it right by them. None of them slid over or anything, so I think there was just a oh crap moment, and then Malloy took advantage of that.
Into the zone is Goodwin. He's tied up by Allwine and Filson over there. Still in the far boards, Allwine has it now. There's Solomon trying to swipe it for Hoffman. Hoffman coming into the right side, one-on-one. He has the trailing man. There's Allwine that throws it on. Stopped by LaPierre. The puck is way off of its pegs. Here the officials shouting some things out. It looked like he sort of got tied up. Hoffman, that is, that got tied up with LaPierre. Pushed the net off. Canisius is going to take this pause to get some new men on the ice.
And they seem to be having a little bit of trouble getting that net to stay sturdy in there.
Yeah, we've always kind of had some issues with this net down here, you know, regardless of if it's us or if it's an away goaltender. But it's just part of the, it's just part of playing at the bank.
Yeah, and especially if you're a tender, you got to go up against a team like the Hawks that are super aggressive and take really close shots. Your angle and your positioning is going to be kind of in the net. So if you end up standing up while you're in there, you're just going to pop that sucker right off its moorings.
Coogan throws one on right into the chest of Halpert. There's a low shot from the neutral zone. You see the draw down there now on that side. And again, it's that second line of forwards, first line of forwards, Tudich, Rearick, and Miola. It's won by Canisius and a quick shot off the draw that was padded by Halpert. There's a hand that goes up as Tudich was trying to take it into the zone. It's glued to the boards by Canisius, so that call will be against Canisius. I think it was a trip.
Either a trip or a hooking penalty, we'll see.
Either way, for the second time of the night, the Crimson Hawks will be on the power play. Of course, resorted to a goal earlier off the stick of Jace Rearick.
And they called it a slash, actually. So 0 for 2 back here.
You know, we can't always be right. Here's that first unit. Miller to Fairman. Fairman has on the right side. Back to Miller in the slot. He's going to throw one on. It was redirected the other way. Now Malloy has it down low. He cycles it back up for Miller. Miller to Malloy. Malloy's going to trade places with Miller. And now Miller on the left wing. Malloy, that is, on the left wing. Fairman at the point. One-timer by Malloy. That was eaten up by that defenseman. That was Bowen.
And great job by Halpert by passing that puck up and getting it up the ice a lot sooner than Canisius really thought they would.
Fairman chips it for Loza. Now Jordan Adams in the slot again, looking for Miller on that back door. Loza chips it into the middle. And Canisius chips it out into the zone just like that. We're nearly a minute into that penalty kill already. A power play, I should say. Coming up right up the gut, actually. Fairman, they're going to whistle at the head. Malloy was well offsides. Saw Jace Rearick down low trying to stay on, but he was not the guilty man. Neutral zone draw. We're going to get some changes in there as well. It's now Johnston, Maddox Rearick, Owen Tudich, Jace Rearick, and Jake Schmelzer out there.
And ever since that first goal that Canisius scored in the game, Josh, we're seeing the urgency that we like to see from the Hawks as far as attacking the net and throwing pucks on the net as well.
Jace Rearick right up the middle trying to split that box look. And he was stopped, sent back down to Halpert. Now Schmelzer has it. He's going to let this unit set up. He spins away from one man. Now Tudich up the left side. I'm going to give him that left side. He's going to dump it in. So he's tied up, and the hand goes right back up. Again, Tudich drawing 2 penalties to back-to-back penalties, that is. We'll see who they take. It's going to be Quinn Collins for Canisius.
And that one hurts. Granted, they only have 28 seconds left remaining in this power play, so Canisius doesn't have to worry about a 5-on-3 too long if they can kill off that first half. But for 28 seconds, it's gonna really suck. And here comes the draw, won by the Hawks. Schmelzer looking to scoot it across the ice to Donovan.
Now Schmelzer has it on that left side. He gives it down low for Jace Rierick. He's looking inside. That bump man, Maddox Rierick. There's a fake shot by Donovan. Schmelzer at the point. Back to Jace Rierick. One-timer misses wide. Donovan on the right wing. He's looking inside. Back to Schmelzer, one-timer again. Tipped away. That was a fumbling puck that almost found the back of the net. As that first penalty is now expired, we'll be back to 5-on-4 for a minute and 20 seconds.
They're going to bring it up the ice here. Pass off to the side.
Miller takes it into the right. On the right side, throws on the brakes. The lofted pass for Fairman. Hits Malloy on the left side.
Might have had an opportunity there if he got one right to the tape.
Now Loza has it down below the goal line. Miller trading places with Malloy. Malloy has it on the goal line now. Goes to that back door again, trying to find Adams in tight. He was tied up. Fairman does a great job keeping that in on the blue line. 48 seconds on the power play. Miller on the left side, back to Fairman on the right wing. He elects to shoot. He finds the back of the net. There's a deflection in tight. I don't know who they're going to give the goal credit to. We saw Hunter Fairman, of course, asking his fellow line mates if he was the one that touched it last, as he's going to lead the charge. The score is now 3-1.
And like we were talking about just before the puck drop, loved his play last weekend, and he's off to the races again with yet another goal. And I mean, he's catching up to the guys who already have 2 games ahead of him on the season. So he's putting in a lot of effort, and he's been good grinding down here on the offensive end and on the defensive end as well.
2 for 2 on power play attempts. Of course, now making the score 3-1 as it's now tipped into the zone quickly. A turnaround shot from Filson. Now Solomon taken to the boards. A turnaround by Filson again in tight. It was held by LaPierre. A minute and 36 to go here in the first period.
Another game, another 3-goal period from the Hawks that just seems to be raining goals the past 3 weekends. And I don't know what they're talking about in that locker room, but it seems to be working.
Yeah, it has been a common trend now that you mention it. I think at least one of the games last weekend, all 3 periods ended with 3 goals for the Hawks. Either way, we'll see how the Hawks utilize this next minute and 20 seconds here in the first period. Now in tight, Filson has it on the red line. Mishandled pass by Seitz. Seitz gives it to his partner, all line between the legs of his man. Now coming up the middle, Hoffman loses an edge. He's going to give it for Filson. Filson's just going to tip it right into the zone. A minute left. As that grinding line is getting after it with some speed. Hoffman in there, and Solomon tying North up on the boards. Still Hoffman tying it up.
Yeah, I was going to say, Josh, I love that pressure that these forwards put on the goaltenders every time they go take that puck behind the net looking for a pass. They're there in about 2 seconds, so they're making that goaltender find a pass within those 2 seconds.
Well, Solomon trying to find Jace Rierick a quick shot. From the slot, another one was by Soy. Those 2 close-in looks were handled by LaPierre.
That's classic Hawk hockey right there, where you can be there for a rebound and put another shot on net. We've seen that all season so far. Yeah,
we know the Hawks love to pile it on. Like you said, there was that quick shot by Rierick and then immediately smothered by another one by Soy. That face-off is one straight back. Tudich on the right wing throws one on. He's tied up there on the far corner. Still, Tudich has it, 18 seconds left. Miola and Tudich playing catch now. Tudich throws another one on that was gloved down by LaPierre.
And the shot count so far as we come to an end of this first period here with 12.8 remaining. 14 for the Hawks and only 6 for the Canisius Griffins. So they're going to have to, there's 15 for the Hawks. So the Griffins are going to have to go to the locker room and really rethink their offensive strategy. It worked well for the first 3 to 4 minutes of the game there, Josh, but the Hawks have shut it down ever since. They act quick whenever you put together a strategy and make you re-plan everything.
We saw Miola and Akulowicz getting tied up behind the net there, kind of behind the play. And with that, they were trying to get the clear that hit the rafters here at S&T Bank Arena. So with 2.4 remaining, we'll see a draw here, see if the Hawks can get a quick shot on. They are unable to do so. With that, the Crimson Hawks are up 3-1. The Stars are certainly out and ready to play. 2-goal performance by Jace Rurick, and then, of course, that power play goal by Hunter Fairman. Yeah, it's basically what we got. Other than the score, the scoring, it was a pretty boring period. It wasn't really much of an offensive setup on either side. Those were both sort of, by chance goals, I should say. But they were both on power plays.
Moving out of breaks almost. And the Hawks, just like always, either they have to put one in. Well, there's either 3 ways. They either come out firing right off the first puck drop, either they put one in the back of net, or the other team puts one in the back of net, and then they come out firing. And as you see, that's just case in point here. Canisius put one in the back of net, and the Hawks said, okay, we see ya.
So what you're saying is in every situation the Hawks come out firing, and they certainly did so tonight here in the first period. For the IUP Hockey Network, I'm Josh Yates. With me, Alex Dufflo. We'll be back to present the second period. Welcome back, everybody, here at S&T Bank Arena for the second frame of action here. The Crimson Hawks lead 3-1 after 2 Jace Rearick goals and a third one off the stick of Hunter Fairman. We're right into play here. Right back at it. Of course, the goaltenders have switched sides. Now the Crimson Hawks, wearing the white sweaters, red pants, are moving from left to right, and Canisius is moving right to left. A quick shot in the high slot for Maddox Rearick, misses high. Jace Rearick again looking into that middle slot for Miller. It's back now for Soy.
We'll see if the Hawks this period can maintain the same offensive pressure they put on the first period. They seemed relentless, as they always do. So if they can keep it up, we'll see another goal, maybe 2 or 3.
Down low, Miola fighting for it. Miola tries to turn around a shot, and that was blocked in the lane by Tyler Hansen. Now here comes Maddox Rearick, right up the middle. He's trying to spring Miola. It's going to be whistled down for icing.
Seen a lot of those long passes that are trying to find a stick, but getting some icings throughout this game. I would say haven't been counting, but that's probably the 6th or 7th icing we've had so far.
Yeah, those outlet feeds are certainly a crucial part of the Crimson Hawks offense. And they utilized a clapper there from the right wing that was blocked in the lane. Now Miola has it up the right side. Fairman trying to maintain. Controlling his LeBlanc.
Great interception by Fairman there.
Yeah, Fairman just dumps it in. It's off the pads of LaPierre. Now Miller on that forecheck. Another intercepted pass by Fairman. He laid out for it. Now North on the left side. He slides it to his partner on the right wing. A shot fanned to the left. Collins trying to keep it in. Couldn't do so. Hansen and Miller were fighting for it on that near board. Now they're pushing it back the other way. Schmelzer reverses it immediately.
This is exactly why it's so hard to get something going.
Miller to Fairman. Fairman tried to find Miller again. Defenseman tied up that lane. And Malloy has it in that far corner. He gives it up high for Schmelzer. Schmelzer back down to Miola. Excuse me, Malloy. Malloy takes one. He's trying to find Fairman on the back door. Now Fairman has it in that far corner around one man. There's a shot, stick saved by LaPierre. Miller behind the net. Uses the woodwork for Schmelzer. Now to Donovan. Donovan back in the middle for Fairman. Fairman trying to find Miller. Schmelzer recollects. Again looking for Fairman down low. A lot of confusion in tight. A couple of bodies on the ice. I think that was the first stoppage we've had. No?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what it feels like. At least
Maybe.
we might have had one more. I honestly forget. But
as I was
whistled dead, yeah.
As I was saying earlier, Josh, it's hard for them to get anything going, that being Canisius, just because, like you saw, there's 3 white jerseys in their defensive end, all swarming every passing lane, every opportunity to get that puck out. And we talked about that pre-game, how Hunter Fairman, to be exact, was a pest against the Rutgers on just making sure they had no pass out, and we would get a nice line change, fresh defenseman, and that puck would end up getting into the defenseman's possession and right back up into the opponent's defensive end, and it's just the story of the game almost all the time.
We saw Schmelzer and LeBlanc getting chippy with each other in the neutral zone there after the play. And that neutral zone draw is won by the Hawks. Schmelzer collects it down low. Uses the boards for Donovan, but it was intercepted by the Griffs. Now the Griffs setting up. Some poke checks by Donovan and Johnston. It's back down the other way. LaPierre using his stick throws it off the boards, and it's kept in by Johnson somehow. Another turnaround shot off the boards. Loza has it in that far corner. Loza tied up. Adams collects. Another board battle down low. The Griffs coming the other way. They have the numbers if they hurry. Into the zone on the left side. It was Schmelzer that tied him up and did a great job closing that gap off. Now Adams coming the other direction. Cuts into the middle, trying to find somebody backdoor, and it was that lane clogged up by Matthew Bowen. Now the Crimson Hawks are going to quickly get some new men on the ice. Canisius on the left side of Kulowitz. Now he has it down low. Neither man knows where the puck is. Hoffman coming to aid Donovan in that tie-up as he skates away with it. Burkett has it down low, looking up the ice. He's Trying to find Filson as that puck bounces up and out of play. A lucky fan stood right up and speared that puck.
Tossed it right back out there, too. He ain't wasting no time trying to keep the pace of play going.
We'll see a center ice draw here. It's Hoffman, Filson, Solomon out there for the forwards. And Allwine and Burkett for the defensemen. It's dropped one straight back. Hoffman with the win. Now Burkett has it in his own zone. He throws it off the boards, trying to find Filson on that Solomon, that is, on the other side. They're going to call it icing. We'll head right back down to the other side. The shot counter currently sitting 17-6 in favor of the Crimson Hawks. Certainly they're piling it on, but Halpert has done a pretty good job so far on the 6 that he has faced.
Yeah, and his overall positioning has been great so far too, Josh.
Again, another face-off win there by Hoffman. One has it down low, gives it for Burkett. Burkett going the other direction. Again, another home run pass trying to find Solomon, but it was on net, so no icing. Solomon still on that forecheck. It's back in the neutral zone. There's Burkett backhanding it for Hoffman into the zone.
We're seeing some aggressiveness from Canisius now, kind of taking a page out of the Hawks playbook and going after that puck and making sure to take away passing lanes.
Yeah, we see some bodies flying now there. There was a hit avoided by Filson as he collects it down low. He's going to use the boards and avoid his man. Uses it again. There's Jace Rurick. He finds Soy on the right wing. Soy with the backhand pass into the middle of the ice. Was intercepted by Pagano. He's coming the other way, 2-on-1. There's another shot by Akulowicz on the left side. Handled by Halpert and was patted away. Now Jace Rurick lofts it into the middle of the ice. And it's Bowen that has it in the neutral zone. He's looking up, no offsides. It was on net. Once again, Halpert pads it to his right. Soy gives it to his partner. Rurick, another stretch pass, trying to find Miola. He was unable to handle it. Now down low, Collins and Miola fighting for it. Gives it up for Bowen. Now into the middle of the ice, intercepted by Tudich. Trying to go around his man, but it was intercepted by Bandelin. An up high shot that was shouldered away by Halpert. Back into the neutral zone, Miola on the forecheck.
Yeah, great job getting that past the blue line, so they had to all reset back behind it.
Soy has it behind the net and tries to find Miola again. Was unable to control it. Soy playing a little catch with Maddox Rurick. On that forecheck was Tyler Hansen. But here come the Hawks the other way, 3-on-2. Maddox Rurick, Tudich. Maddox throws one on. It's gloved down into the blue paint. A lot of speed they had going there. Certainly a sigh of relief for the coaching staff of Canisius.
Now looking at that fast break chance they had there, Josh, the tender in the net for the Canisius Griffins tends to move back as they're coming up the ice, as he did right there. So I think there might be a good chance for the Hawks to swing one across the ice for a one-time shot. That side of the net might be open with that kind of play style in net for the Griffins.
There's Miller that has it in that far corner. Uses the boards, and him and Malloy are tied up down low. Trying to slide it in the middle of the ice, but is intercepted by Canisius. Now Donovan in the neutral zone. Again, they're still fighting for it. Fairman now has it taken into the zone. Tries to get Miller going across. He was tangled up. No call. You see a foot race now. Halpert heads out of his crease.
And smart decision.
Yeah, swipes it around for Donovan. And right off the bench, there was a quick shot in that was right into the chest of Halpert. Excuse me, off the bench was LeBlanc. Just picked it off and threw that shot in. Here's Fairman all alone. Tries to backhand for Miller, and he was spun off. Down the neutral zone, still Canisius having some trouble trying to get a full breakout. This Miller's doing a great job being a pest in there as well.
Yes.
Schmelzer bats it around. There's a battle down low. LeBlanc has it on the left wing.
Great poke check by Miller.
Wicks fans on that pass after the stick check by Miller. Miller chips it off the glass. And here goes Malloy the other way, 2-on-1 if they hurry. He has Fairman trailing. He tries to loft it over for him. A one-time shot by Fairman was missed. Miller hits his man on the blue line, but continues to roll. Sights reverses the boards. All the way around, Bandelin has it on that left wing. And Schmelzer fighting for it. Schmelzer comes away with it. He's coming up the ice, 3-on-2, along with Miller and Adams. He gives it for Miller. Miller to Adams. Adams trying to go up high, is tipped away. Now Schmelzer has it behind the net. Adams collects again. Now he goes to Seitz up there on the point. Point shot by Seitz. It's patted away. You see a board battle on that right side. Seitz and Adams involved. Another fumbled shot inside.
Amazing work here by the Hawks, keeping it in this end. These boys are battling pretty hard.
There was another home run pass there off the glass. Canisius keeps it in, but a miscommunication goes the other way for the Hawks. Seitz hits Adams in the middle. Loza trying to control the puck on the blue line, was unable to do so. A great defensive play by Seitz as he's going to take it into the zone. Now he's looking around. He goes into the middle of the ice trying to find Adams on that one-time shot.
We got a battle of the puck here. Great
Burkett,
job.
yeah, Burkett sticks it away. And the Hawks maintain. There's Adams. Wayward cross-ice pass for Loza. And now Spencer Johnson in close. He was trying to target that left post, but it was gloved by LaPierre. Another miscommunication there. Spencer Johnson was trying to hit Soy in the middle of the ice. Halpert doesn't want to kill this momentum, so he goes out and plays it. Now Soy has it down low. Maddox Rurick on the right side. So he's going to give it up for Filson. He's trying to spring, Hoffman. Lukowski, again, trying to chip it to his man, but Maddox Rurick intercepts. He's going to take it into the zone, give it for Solomon. Solomon trying to go up high, and he misses high. Again, Solomon has it on that left slot. Still the Crimson Hawks being relentless. Back to collect Maddox Rurick in his own zone. Gives it to his partner, Soy looking up the ice. Finds Caleb Hoffman, he's going to take it in on the right side. Dump it off for Solomon. Solomon throws on the brakes. He's taken to the board. The hand goes up. I believe they're going to take him for a boarding call.
And he's down there on the ice there, Josh. Slow to get up. I know that one hurt.
Yeah, I'm sure it wasn't intentional. They were just sort of making a play on the puck. Solomon, it looked like he kind of slipped or lost an edge.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looked like he was already on his way down.
Either way, it's going to be Pagano. It's going to do the time. See how much is assessed on the penalty board. It's just 2 minutes, but we're going to get another look here at the power play for the Crimson Hawks. They're 2 for 2 on power play attempts so far tonight.
And that's just because of how aggressive they are and how easily they're able to move that puck around from the point to the slot, back behind the net even. We talked about it when they played William Patterson, that is, about how often they were taking the puck behind the net and looking to set up the offense from behind the goalie where he doesn't have eyes.
That draw won by the Hawks. They're playing around on the boards over there. Jace Rurick along with Miller. Excuse me, that's Chase Malloy. Hunter Fairman throws one in. He was trying to get the deflection from from Shane Miller. He's playing that bump roll here. On that first unit, it's Loza, Adams, Miller, Fairman, and Malloy. 5 forward look. We know Hunter Fairman can get back and play defense if he needs to.
I think he can be anywhere on the ice if you need him to. He's flying around no matter what. If he's on the ice, he's flying around to some objective.
Malloy down low gives it for Miller. Now Fairman at the point. He's looking over his options. Now Miller has it on the left wing. He gives it to Malloy down low. He's going to trade spots. Malloy back to Miller on the goal line. Miller to Malloy, left wing. He fans on the shot. He's swiped away by Canisius. A great tie-up by Loza as he sticks it away and ties the man up.
That's great play by Loza.
Yeah, on the back check, he did a great job there. Now the Hawks the other way. Adams is going to take it into the zone. Take it in all by himself. He cycles it all the way around for Loza. Now Miller has it down low.
I'm liking how they're setting up this power play, Josh.
Miller, quick shot in, finds the back of the net. There was a lot of traffic in front. I'm not sure if there was an own goal or deflection. Either way, the puck is in the back of the net, and they're 3 for 3 on power play attempts. And there's Shane Miller leading the charge.
And another goal for Miller. I mean, I feel like every week, and he at least gets one. But that's just because he's on top of the puck every play. He's always there. As I said previously in the last period, if you're going up for a puck battle against him, you're almost always going to lose. He somehow maintains puck possession through body contact, through stick lifts and stick checks and all of that. And we saw that there. The puck wound up around a bunch of people, and he got it on his stick and ripped it.
Yeah, we know Miller has great puck handling skills, and he showed it off there, like you said, marching through a couple of defenders, and then threw that shot with the traffic in front. Like you said, the Crimson Hawks showing off their lethal offense against a great squad here. Miola around one man. He's in the middle. He's tied up. Another great defensive play by Allwine. 3-on-1 the other way. Jace Rurick on that back check. He does a great job on the back check as he hits his man and ties the puck up. Now an odd man the other way. There's Allwine. He gives it off for Loza. Loza hits the top point. Excuse me, that's Tudich. Another turnaround shot by Jace Rurick. A lot of high-intensity play as that puck was frozen by LaPierre. We saw Tudich look straight to the sky after he fired that puck.
Yeah, that
struck
was
some iron.
Big ringing dink that we heard in here. It might have had an echo to it.
Either way, the Crimson Hawks offense certainly red hot right now. They're trying to sort of babysit this momentum, you could say, and utilize it while they have it. There's a quick shot in there by Solomon. But Filson has it in the corner.
But that's why they're so dangerous.
Right.
They're able to slow it down and really preserve the lead if they have to, but also they can act like they're down by 3. It's gonna feel like, if you're the opposing team, that you're winning with how aggressive they are.
Right.
And then you look up at the scoreboard and you're like, oh crap, they're up by 5.
Yeah, just like that. It was sort of a, I believe that's 4 unanswered for the Crimson Hawks.
It is, yes.
Yeah. Of course, they're going to look to maintain that. So there's a shot in to the middle by Allwine that was intercepted. It's going the other way now.
Yeah, and you and I talk about that a lot, Josh. The Hawks' ability to kind of assess how a certain team is playing in certain play styles within that team, and they're able to, just the IQ of the coaching staff along with the players and the chemistry, they're able to shut down a lot of strategies that opposing teams come up with when they walk into this arena or their own arenas.
A shot from the point with some deflections on its way, but Allwine has it behind the net here. He circles off one man to Seitz now. Seitz gives it for Filson, a miscommunication. Goes the other way. Now Goodwin has it. There was a quick shot in by Okulowicz that missed. Solomon trying to clear the ice. Couldn't do so, and it's right back to him. He's gonna have another attempt at that, and he does that. There's Filson on the right side.
Great move.
He goes around one man, but could not control it. Throws it off the boards. A quick shot in by Donovan. Schmelzer closing that gap. Malloy tries to check one man. So he's on that battle now on the near side. Donovan tried to kick it to Schmelzer. There's a quick shot that was batted away by Goodwin. Malloy chips it for Schmelzer down low. He has his pairing down there as well. Around one man, here comes the rush. Malloy up the right side. He's going to give it for Fairman all the way across on the left. Fairman showing off the skating and gives it for Donovan on the point. Donovan to Schmelzer on the right side. Schmelzer with a clapper right into the chest of LaPierre. Now the shot counter 27-11. And it was a close gap as we left the first period, but now it's certainly grown, and it's still growing.
That cross-ice pass we just saw in the neutral zone here by Malloy, that's exactly what I was hoping to see last weekend with the Hawks, because we were talking about how that one side of the ice was completely wide open, it seemed like all game. And I was talking about how I would like to see them switch the ice up and throw a cross-ice pass just to get the defense moving a little bit more.
Miller was trying to hit Fairman in the slot. There's a fan shot by Fairman now in the near corner. It's a puck battle. Fairman involved. It looks like he has it glued to the boards. Taking a couple hits as well. Miller and Malloy have it now. Schmelzer up at the blue line. He swipes it back down into the middle of the ice. Fairman takes his man to the boards. Now Miller has it down low. He's going to dance in and out. Those two are unbelievable when they get going. As Fairman threw a goal line shot, the hand goes up. Let's see what the call is. As now some pleasantries are being exchanged.
And when you know it, Malloy's in there. He's always the first guy to say, I want some action. I'm ready. Who wants it?
Just like that, Hunter Fairman, for the second time of the night, is going to be serving a penalty. Goes up for 2 minutes. He is sidelined by Stripes. We'll see another look here at the 5-on-4 penalty kill for the Crimson Hawks. The first unit out there, Zach Soy, Caleb Hoffman, along with Spencer Johnston and, Maddox Rearick. Having Spencer Johnston back is crucial to this penalty kill. He's a great killer. And he's going to show it off there. He's great on the dot. Have another rush here the other way. Hoffman keeps it on sides, throws a quick shot on. It's patted away by LaPierre.
You see that a lot from the Hawks when even if they're on a penalty kill, if there's an opportunity to get a chance at a shot on goal, they're going to take it.
Hoffman trying to get to clear in the high slot. Bowen takes a shot. It's handled by Halpert.
And great work by Halpert to kind of get towards the edge of that crease and shut down any angles, because he had a lot of time to play with that puck and get a shot off.
Yeah, you know, as a goaltender, those are almost the ones you love, because there was no traffic in front there. It was one-on-one with Bowen, and there wasn't a lot of spots he could attack. So he's able to close off those angles that Bowen thought he had and get the stop. We see a draw here now to the right of Halpert. It's one straight back by the Hawks, an immediate clear. Shot down to the other side of the ice by Burkett. There's Miller on that forecheck.
And watch him fly around, dude.
Yeah,
he's going to be relentless.
Now here come the Griffs. Taking it in is North. North dancing it around, but Burkett swipes it up out of the zone.
I'm loving it so far from the Hawks, man. They're able to shut down virtually everything. The Griffins don't have much of any look to get inside. There's a great interception.
Yeah, Jace Rearick is going to kill off as much time as he can here. He's trying to glue it to the boards. There was 3 Griffs that attacked him. He's still on that forecheck. Now coming up the right side, is LeBlanc. He cuts right into the middle, trying to dance around Burkett, but Burkett gets the clear. It's great defensive plays. Burkett just stood his ground and waited for him to make that move. Read the puck true and just swiped it right away.
Yeah, great job not biting on anything.
LeBlanc trying to clear again. There's Tudich on the forecheck.
Great play by Malloy.
Malloy gives it for Tudich. They had an odd man rush going the other way, but Tudich, I believe, was unaware. Tries to cycle it into the middle. Nobody receive it. Malloy now in close. Tudich has it by himself. He's sort of just skating around playing keep away. So there's 3 seconds left on that penalty. A great kill by the Crimson Hawks. There's really only one good look there, you know, for the Griffs, and it was that shot that Halpert handled all alone.
Yeah, and I want to say the Hawks had 50% of the offensive possession during that penalty kill.
Soy sticking his man. There's a shot in close. Back door that found the left post. That was off the stick, of Cameron Coogan. It was just sort of out of nowhere. We're kind of both surprised by that. It was like an intercepted pass on the boards, and they found Coogan very quickly. But just like that, scores 4-2.
Can't be too upset if you're Halpert. I mean, he tried sliding over there. It was a quick one-time shot, and it went right through the wickets, right through the 5-hole. He's been great so far tonight. He shouldn't be really too upset about that. It's just an unfortunate sequence of events, but they'll bounce back. I mean, his boys are bound to get him another one, so.
That was the second one he's let in on 13 shot attempts by the Griffs. There was a pass by Schmelzer that was trying to find Adams that almost took Johnson's head off.
And he gave a little my bad.
Yeah, Johnson hit the deck, and that puck went out of play. And we'll see the neutral zone draw here. Johnson heading to that dot. And he's on that Erie line with Matthew Loza and Jordan Adams. Immediate clear down to Halpert. Now Schmelzer with the stretch pass. And Loza still maintains possession. He takes it right up the gut. All alone, he's trying to dance around with some stick checks. Now Donovan has it on the far side. Adams as well. Schmelzer all alone in the neutral zone. He's got one forechecker on him. Immediately throws that puck back into the neutral zone. Johnson takes it into the zone.
I'm liking the play I'm seeing from Johnston, too. He's been really aggressive and really active as he just pushed somebody off the puck there to regain control. But I'm liking what I'm seeing so far from him compared to the last 4 games we've seen.
There's another great gritty play there by Matthew Loza. Those are sort of the plays that don't show up on the score sheet. He was sort of holding off a couple of Griffins in the zone while the Crimson Hawks got a line change and got the puck all the way down to the net and froze the puck. Now they're going to get a draw here in the offensive zone and new legs as well.
Yeah, if you look at the Hawks from on paper, there's going to be a few guys that stand out, but you come watch a game or you watch them on YouTube like we're doing right now, and you'll see how all of the guys contribute and how well-oiled of a machine it really is.
Shot in tight handled by Halpert, sticked away by Schmelzer. Schmelzer sort of hip checks his man into the boards. Miller fighting for it as well. On the blue line, Kulowicz throws one on a deflection that was seen all the way through by Halpert. Kulowicz again throws one in, some deflections. It's actually Malloy that got that first deflection away from the net. As they'll reset. Griffs dump it in and Donovan chips it to Hunter Fairman. As Fairman chips it out of the zone, now Miller has it. He has some space. Still maintaining control, trying to target that 5-hole on LaPierre.
I mean, case in point, we literally just talked about that. He somehow always regains possession of that puck.
2 minutes left here in the period. Sean Donovan in the corner, finds Fairman. Fairman has one on his tail. Shows off the speed.
Great give and go there.
In the zone. Quick shot on, off the chest of LaPierre, circled around by Fairman. Now up high for Schmelzer. Excuse me, Seitz. Donovan backhands it. Right through the neutral zone. Now the Griffs have it. And Seitz looking up the neutral zone, excuse me, Tudic.
Great job shielding that puck by Tudic.
Now sort of an odd man rush. Seitz does a great job closing that gap. Saw him sort of turn on the jets back here in the neutral zone.
Really good hustle.
Yeah, he noticed it very early. And there again, the Hawks going for that home run pass, but Canisius intercepts. LeBlanc had it in the zone, but Seitz, again, closing the gap on North.
We're seeing a lot of aggressiveness from Canisius now.
There's a pass off the pads from the point. North tried to gather on the left wing. There's a minute left.
They've been giving IUP a taste of their own medicine so far. A great block shot. We might have an opportunity here.
Yeah, Tudic all alone. He goes to his left, then his right. And there was Miola to try and clean it up. But it was patted away by LaPierre. He's obviously going to want that opportunity back.
Dude, man, it don't get much closer than that. That goal had to have looked 20 feet wide when that puck landed on his stick.
And still, Miola slow to get off the ice as he's certainly angry at himself for not capitalizing on that opportunity. Either way, we'll see the draw in the Hawks zone. Excuse me, Canisius' zone. But the Hawks win it.
And still got, well, play clock isn't running. It was at 46.8. We'll let you know what it's at.
Ours is running on here, as there now it's picked up. Soy trying to close that gap, but Canisius right through the neutral zone. Now Luke White takes it in on the right side. The pass off pads again, that was handled by Halpert. Now Loza has it, and Adams up the left side. Still have some time. Loza gives it for Soy on the right wing, but trying to find the back door was Loza, posted up as well. The pass went wayward, 20 seconds and counting on the official game clock. Ours is wrong. But here's Spencer Johnson now behind Halpert. So they're gonna get one last push here, it looks like. So he was trying to find Miller at the blue line. Now Loza has it in that far corner. 2.2 seconds left on the clock, at the game clock. So we'll see one more face-off here before, no, it looks like they're gonna sound the bell now.
I think that's coming from the time I looked up and said the clock ain't running.
Either way, we saw one for each squad here in the second period. The deficit now sits at 2 for Canisius. And yeah, what do you got from that second period?
I'm liking what I'm seeing so far from the Hawks. As like in terms of offensively, they're doing a great job of staying aggressive and looking to score. Defensively, however, they kind of caught on their heels there at the end, and Canisius had a great time of pushing it into
the Hawks' own defensive zone and pressuring the goalie.
Yeah, with that, we'll be back to bring you the third frame of action. I'm Josh Yates, with me Alex Duffalo for the IUP Hockey Network. Welcome back, everybody, here for the third frame of action here, Canisius versus IUP. The score currently sits 4-2. We have 2 early goals by Jace Rierick, followed by Hunter Fairman and Shane Miller. See, the puck is dropped now, ready to go. So that last goal right before the period ended by Canisius. Sort of kickstart their offense, see if they can close that gap against the Crimson Hawks.
Now, I know they're only up by 2 goals, but I would like to see IUP get a little bit more insurance, maybe at least one more, just because Canisius was very easily able to at least get one of those back last period, and we don't want to run the risk of them getting 2 back and tying it up if somebody's down on the ice after a big hip check.
Yeah, it was Jace Rierick. He was taken to the boards. He's still slow to get up. Now it's whistle dead as the puck goes near him. He's crawling off the ice.
Yeah, he's
certainly
hurt pretty
not
bad.
a good sight. Of course, the IUP bench also wanted a call. They didn't get it.
Now he's moving his legs and extending them. Now now he's holding it, so it might be a knee.
Yeah, they're gonna give him some help up. That certainly didn't look good. And obviously, you know, no player on the ice. It's never good to see any player on the ice go down, but especially Jace Rierick. He scored 2 already tonight.
Yeah.
He's a very crucial part of this offense.
Yeah, and I don't think I've seen him hurt like that yet, even from some big hits.
You never know. He's taken into the penalty box, obviously not for a penalty. He's
Yeah.
going to be checked out by the medic over there.
Yeah, and
hopefully he's quick to return.
As I'm watching, he didn't put any weight on that right leg as he exited the ice. So I think that hip check might have got him kind of in the side of the knee, pushing that knee inward. And that, I mean, that's either going to tweak something, sprain something. I mean, worst case scenario, tear something. So God willing, he's all right and can return to play, or at least take a little breather for the rest of the night and return tomorrow.
Yeah, we know hockey's certainly a very physical sport, and injuries are going to happen. That puck's frozen in on LaPierre's crease. Like I was saying, injuries are going to happen, and it's part of being a head coach or being an assistant coach is game planning. Almost not game planning for injuries, but knowing where you're going to go, what forwards are going to fill in. Obviously, he's a top liner.
Yeah,
and see how you're going to be able to adapt to stuff happening like that.
Yeah, just like having an alternate on the Olympics, you're going to have somebody just in case to replace that one guy. Even if it's the star player, even if it's if we're talking basketball, if it's the 6th man, you're going to have somebody for somebody else always.
Here's Canisius down deep into the zone. See Maddox Rear taking his man to the boards. Puck's glued to the blue paint down there, on the boards that is. Still stuck down there. We hear some officials yelling to move it, and a great stick check by Fairman. That was Jake Rettel, I believe, that found it all alone there in the slot.
And there goes Miller again, putting heavy pressure on. Great interception by Fairman off to the side here.
Yeah, we talk about that tiered forecheck or layered forecheck that the Crimson Hawks utilize, and it was there to, for a perfect example, as Shane Miller had that first bump, and then Fairman just sort of swooped right in to intercept that puck, and still they maintain in their own zone. Excuse me. Miller and Malloy dancing around some guys. This is a quick pass. We say shot, clear. It was some sort of launch of the puck up and out of play.
He just wanted to get it out.
Get it out of where it was at, right. So the Hawks are going to get some reinforcements out there now. But we'll see that draw.
That might have been on the line of being called for a delay of game with how deliberately it was thrown out of there.
Certainly a loud bang off the metal walls here at S&T Bank. But now here comes Canisius with some speed. Up the left side was Goodwin.
Great hit there in the middle of the ice by Donovan.
Yeah, Donovan standing his man up. Lowe's swiping away now. He gives it for Schmelzer. Schmelzer throws it off the boards.
And big man's going to hustle down the ice.
They're going to call an icing there. Certainly, Schmelzer thought he cleared the line. Puck's going to head right back down to the other side.
30 shots so far for the Hawks, 15 for the Canisius Griffins. Canisius is going to have to bump up them numbers if they want to compete for the rest of this game. Like I said earlier, they're still down only by 2, but the Hawks can very easily and very quickly make this either a 3-goal game or a 4-goal game.
Top of the point, Bowen had it as he cycled it down low. Johnson gave him a little bump. Now Donovan's taking it up the left side.
Oh, great hip check over the side there by number I think it's 16 from Canisius.
Yeah, that's French. Now down low, Kulowicz has it. Again, giving it to Goodwin on the left side. Donovan intercepting. So he's getting active on that forecheck now.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's doing a little bit of forward work.
Schmelzer has it down low. And there's Donovan going back to his assigned role. And Canisius takes it into the zone. And there again, there stands Donovan, picking it away. He's trying to spring Lowe's on that stretch pass. And they whistle it down for icing.
Looks like they're moving the face off to the left to Halpert here.
Yeah, it's that third line of forwards out there for the Hawks. That's Adams, Johnson, and Loza. It looks like they're actually in the middle of sort of, they don't have set lines. Of course, we saw Jace Rearick go down. He is no longer in that penalty box, though. It looks like he's back up, and he has his helmet on, ready to go for another shift. You know, he's certainly relentless.
It just built differently, man.
There's Hoffman in close as he sort of picked it away, and it was a look what I found kind of situation in the middle of the ice, and he tried to backhand it past Lapierre. But again, that net is off of its pegs. And we see down here on the other side of the ice, off the camera, Jace Rearick is back on the ice, working his legs out. He's not on this shift, but he was just making sure he was able to skate on it. Seems to be all right.
Yeah, and I'm sure coach over there is going to give him at least till there's about 14 minutes left in this period, at least, till he puts him back in this game.
Down low, the Golden Griffins playing catch. There's a stretch pass for Pagano.
Great job corralling that puck out of the midair like that.
Yeah, there was a good stick check by Burkett as well. Sort of pull him off of that rush. Now the boards are reversed. Again, there's Burkett with his stick in the lane. Bowen has it up at center ice. He throws it in. Halpert's going to head out of his crease and give it for Burkett. Now Burkett to Filson. Filson's going to throw on the brakes. Excuse me, all line. Now Hoffman has it on their own blue line. Solomon trying to pick it away in neutral ice. Hoffman taking to the boards. There's Lukowski that takes it down into the Hawk zone. They're going to get a quick line change, a full line change. And now Maddox Rearick has it down low. There's Hunter Fairman. Back to Maddox. Maddox is tied up down low as he's just going to skate it out himself. Off through the neutral zone, he gives it for Malloy. Malloy into the right side. He's trying to sort of loft it for Maddox Rearick in that slot. It's unsuccessful.
Great work by Malloy.
Yeah, sticking it down and keeping it in the neutral zone. A little bit of the same. There's a great backhand pass in there by the forward for Canisius. Now they have it in deep. There's a backdoor look, intercepted by Fairman. Fairman trying to get it to Miller in the middle of the ice. Now Wick takes it. There's Wick and North that sort of had a 2-on-1 out of nowhere. But it was sticked away by Maddox Rearick. Now North takes a hit off of Miller. And now Fairman back to the neutral zone.
Nothing better than a clean open ice
Fairman
hit
to Miller.
like that.
Malloy on the back check now. It's 3-on-2 the other way. Bowen has it. He somehow maintains it and throws a shot on wide. Fairman now in the near corner. He's going to give it to Schmelzer. Schmelzer back to Fairman.
I'm liking that they're taking their time to kind of set up here, Josh, but we're seeing that Canisius is having more time offensively, too, with the puck, and I think that's because they're taking their time. So I'd like them to, you know, continue being smart about it, but maybe push the pace just a bit more.
Yeah, so far in this 6 minutes in the second, there's a shot that was fanned on by Schmelzer. I was saying the first 6 minutes, it's been a lot of neutral zone, sort of both forechecking units going right after each other, and they're just a lot of intercepted passes and muffed passes in the middle of the ice.
Great pass.
But here's Miola on the left side now. He gives it in the middle for Tudic. Tudic had the initial shot off the pads of Lapierre. He collected his own rebound and dumped it right in. We see Jace Rearick getting involved. He's back out there on the ice. He's in the celebration now.
And that little whiff that Tudic had on that first shot, he kind of just, I think he just nudged it forward because there was a little bit of a rebound that came back to him for that second shot. But I think it almost worked as confusion for the goaltender in the net there, because he was expecting a ripper and now he has a slow puck come at him, and he's all sorts of out of whack in positioning-wise and angle-wise, and Tudich buried that.
Yeah, like you said, LaPierre sort of had that change-up shot off of Tudich's stick.
Yeah, that's exactly how I'd put it.
And then he, of course, collected his own rebound, dumped it in wide open net. Of course, that was from the assist of Miola. Miola did a great job of sort of just settling down on that left wing and finding the trailing man. Of course, it was Tudich. He cycled it through. Now down low, Allwine. Allwine gives it up for Adams. It's back in the neutral zone. Bowen passing to his partner. And right back into the zone. A loose puck in the neutral zone. Jordan Adams giving chase. Behind him, he tried to stick lift. That was Coogan. Now Coogan and Depardina down low. Now Hansen has it on that left wing. So they're trying to break out. Coogan giving chase, but in there is Loza.
See if the Hawks can switch the ice here and find that open space.
It was Allwine trying to clear that puck. He put his body on the line there, sort of interrupt that pass, I should say. That shot was blocked in the lane and on the other side of the ice. Now Allwine tangled up in the far corner. Here's some lumber hitting the ice as well. While it's glued to the boards, Canisius is going to get a couple of couple of men off the ice. Sorry. That puck was shot in the neutral zone, handled by LaPierre and dumped off for his man. There's a mishandled pass by Quinn Collins.
What a pass.
Yeah, no, Hoffman had it in the middle.
That was a great find by Hoffman.
It's dumped back down the other way. It is on net and handled by Halpert. Now Maddox Rurick has it behind Halpert. He throws on a move, goes to the right. He's tripped up. The hand immediately goes up. It's pretty textbook. Loose puck in the neutral zone.
Almost another one there at the end.
Either way, there's going to be a man sitting for the Golden Griffs here. We'll see who is the guilty party. It looks like it is Brandon Lakomsky that tripped up Maddox Rurick back there on the blue line.
And I'd like to point out that Maddox Rurick has a great way of shielding the puck away from the defender. And I think that's why he sets himself up to get tripped or hooked or something like that. He draws those penalties because he's shielding the puck from the defender so well. The defender has no choice other than trying to throw the stick in there and poke it away. And it eventually gets caught between his skates and trips him up. So it's just good play that ends up leading to drawn penalties. And you see it every game from him.
You see PP1 out there right now for the Crimson Hawks. Loza, Malloy, Adams, Miller, and Fairman. So there's a puck battle in that far corner. Malloy somehow escapes with it. He gives it to Miller on the left wing. Miller hits Fairman on the point. Fairman back to Miller. One-timer by Miller. Glove down by LaPierre. It's a great save. Sort of speared out of the air.
Yeah, classic, good shot, even better save. I mean, he picked that corner out, but the glove was there. He even flashed it a little bit at the end there.
A minute 35 remaining on that penalty that was assessed to Lakomsky. See a draw here to the left of LaPierre. Loza taking that draw. He wins it for Malloy. Now Miller has it on that left wing. Gives it to Malloy on the goal line. They're going to cycle through. Now Fairman on the point. Fairman to Malloy. Malloy back to Fairman on that right point. Now to Loza down on the goal line. Back to Fairman right wing. Malloy left wing. Passes to his partner. They're playing catch on the point. Fairman looking for a shot. He goes for Miller on the goal line. And Malloy has it on that left wing again. Adams in the middle. One-timer by Malloy tries to go up high. Was shouldered by LaPierre. Now Fairman has it on the far side.
This is great
Tried
work.
to get the clear, stopped by Adams' skate. Again, he stops that clear. He finds Loza down low, a one-time look for Chase Malloy. Again, speared by LaPierre. An amazing save.
Yeah, I mean, that's tough puck movement to track. The Hawks were throwing it back and forth and close and far away from the net. I mean, he's going to have a headache in the net there, LaPierre, if he kept up with it without a freeze. But like you said, great save, good positioning, way to be there.
Yeah, it was 2-on-0, sort of point-blank look, against LaPierre, but he handled both men. Now Schmelzer has it. It's a new unit out there for the Hawks. Over to Solomon on the left wing. Back to Schmelzer at the point. Solomon tries to go cross ice for Tudic. That lane was eaten up. Now Schmelzer.
When they get in this offensive end, Josh, I'm loving this diamond shape they're setting up where they have a man in the middle.
Tudic tried to get a point-blank look in. He was steered away. Now 2-on-1 the other way. Coming up the right side is North. North tries to make that shot. There was a huge hit down there.
Great save by Halpert.
The puck is still shuffling around. We saw Ty Burkett slam his man into the boards. He's still down there in pain, but besides that, there was an amazing pad stack of a save.
And they're going to blow the whistle to get somebody out here for number 86 down on the ice.
It's Jagger North down there. So he was the one that was leading that 2-on-1 charge. And Burkett just rode him all the way to the boards.
Yeah, and it was a clean hit. He got him good, and sometimes, you know, you get the wind taken out of you, it just stings, and he's up and moving fine. That might have been the case because he was rolling around a bit. Getting the wind knocked out of you, it really sucks. Anybody that's felt it before, you know what I'm talking about.
So we'll see, it's actually Liam Wicks that was on the receiving end of Burkett's hit. But yeah, we saw some amazing goaltending work by Halpert down there.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I was kind of watching the injury and watching the hit down there in the corner, but you know, I took a quick glance back and Halpert was.
I mean, he was on his butt.
He was from the seat of his pants making saves. Somehow he kept the puck out. We'll see 1 second of 5-on-4 play here. It's immediately going to be back to full strength. There it is now. Miola in the middle of the ice. He takes his shot and somehow is fumbling in the blue paint. A lot of sticks inside. And Canisius somehow comes away with it. Now coming up the left side is Akulowicz.
That was a great battle in front of the net there. Hoffman almost had a great opportunity to get a shot off there.
And we see a quick line out there now. It's Hoffman, Miola, and Filson. Three very quick skaters. Now Miola again trying to forecheck that out of the zone. Now coming the other way, Filson and Miola, 2-on-1 if they hurry. Filson on the left side trying to give it up for Miola. That was Akulowicz that was able to stuff that lane. Now Seitz doing a great job there on the forecheck as well. Filson.
What a pass.
Yeah, was backhanding it for Malloy, and somehow that almost got through. Now Seitz trying to close the gap. He does so and collects. Burkett has it in the corner. As he takes a hit. He gets the pass off to Malloy. Now Seitz has it on the far side, trying to spring Malloy. Said it's going to be whistled down for icing. 8:44 to go here in the third period. The score still sits 5-2, 37-16 on the shot counter. Now the Crimson Hawks were piling on in the second, and they're still doing so.
And this is very consistent from the Crimson Hawks. We see this amount of shots from them so far, I mean, every game. So we'll look to see them continue to add on. I expect to see the number 40 hit that screen by the end of this period. If not 50. 50 would be nice, Josh, but without a doubt they'll get at least 3 more shots on net for an even 40.
Yeah, we know, of course, Joe Hanzo's speech there at the second intermission had to have consisted of keeping the foot on the gas pedal and, of course, not letting up, and they're doing just that.
Yep.
I'd be surprised if we don't see 40.
And I think they've done a better job defensively, too, of cutting out passing lanes for the Canisius Griffins. The Griffins had a great time in the first period passing that puck around, and it seemed like they were very easily finding each other. But as we've seen progressively throughout this game, it's getting harder and harder for them to put anything together.
Yeah, that quick adaptability, whether that was by the coaching staff or captaincy or just the players themselves, they've certainly made a change from the first period to lock up Canisius. As that puck is lofted up and into the rafters, we'll see another draw. It's Malloy, Miller, and Fairman for the forwards. Soy and Maddox-Rierick for the defensemen. Malloy's taking that draw now.
See if maybe they can win this draw and swing it around to Fairman on that far side. Fairman can move once he gets the puck on his stick.
So officials are sorting out everything before this puck is dropped. There it is now. Miller closing his man off on that entry. So they were getting chippy before the puck was dropped. A clapper from the point was kicked away by Halpert. Soy and Fairman fighting for it on the boards. Now Canisius has it in the middle. Quick shot that was padded up and out of play by Halpert. He had no problem.
And it must just be the way that Halpert's able to deflect a lot of these pucks, but he's able to get them to rebound in certain areas very well. It's usually either right behind the net, just past the post, or he's able to get it up out of play, especially when he uses his blocker like he just did. So it's very interesting to see Paremba, who usually corrals it and freezes it up, versus Halpert here, who's very good at rebound control and keeping it back behind the net or getting it out of play off one shot.
Yeah, you don't really think about that as, you know, like the average viewer doesn't think about how goaltenders can have different play styles. And, you know, you just mentioned it, how Paremba has no issue freezing the puck and eating it up and getting another draw.
Yeah.
When, you know, Halpert just wants to keep the play moving. So there's a close-in look shouldered away by Halpert as we were talking about him. And now an odd man rush the other way, 3-on-2. Maddox Rear takes it in. He tries to dance around one man. Miller maintains the possession. Now Donovan is going to collect on the far side. Donovan into the middle for Fairman. Fairman trying to go between the legs with that receiving end of the pass. They're going to whistle it offsides as it just cleared the blue line. And
Donovan gave a little smirk to Malloy there. Clipped his cleats as he was sending it in.
See, neutral zone draw. It's Donovan, Miola, Hoffman, Tudich, and Jake Schmelzer. Sort of a mash of a couple of lines there for the forwards.
Yeah.
Now we see Canisius winning that draw and down into the Hawk zone. Loose puck on the left wing. Shot on, that was shouldered away.
A lot of traffic in front of the net there for Halpert, but he did a good job of trying to maintaining his position and composure.
Yeah, usually that defensive pairing and Donovan and Schmelzer have no issue clearing the men out in front of the crease.
Yeah.
It's just a little lackadaisical, you could say there, as there was a couple men in front. Either way, no dice. Hoffman finds it in the middle. Oh, now Miola has it on the goal line again. He was trying to give it to Hoffman in that slot. Now French, Hoffman, and Miola tied up in that corner. Miola walks away with it. Again, he gives it to Donovan at the point. Donovan throws one on, looking for traffic. Hoffman was there for the tip.
Oh, and we got the glass that popped out.
Yeah, Miola was hit, and that definitely saw that pane of glass pop out for sure, but they're just going to keep playing as if nothing happened.
Yeah, shh, nothing happened here.
Right. The puck is batted down into Canisius' zone. Now French has it. He's going to take it out. Loft it all the way down. The Hawks hurry. They're in the middle of a line change, but they're not going to push it. So now it's whistled dead.
What a deflection there at the end. Maybe they just now realize that the pane of glass.
Yeah, none of the officials really saw that, but of course, I don't think they're going to say anything until it's.
We have a good bystander over here making sure it gets popped back into place. Granted, whether or not it's going to stay in place because it got popped back in, we do not know. I kind of figure you might have to professionally put those things in, but.
Yeah, we see now on the penalty board. I'm not sure who that is sitting, but we were, of course, we were focused on the pane of glass. We missed a penalty. Either way, the Crimson Hawks will be on a penalty kill for 2 minutes. We'll wait and listen to see what the penalty is for. So that draw was won by the Hawks and immediately cleared. Yeah, so we hear the official call now. They're booking Connor Halpert for interfering. Of course, he's not going to start that penalty. I think it's Adam Allwine sitting in there to serve that one. Either way, still 30 seconds, a minute and 30 seconds on the power play. Penalty kill.
We'll see what they can do here. Like we've mentioned previously, they've been doing a great job killing the power plays that the other teams have had all season so far. So we'll see if they can keep getting that puck past the blue line or just clearing it outright.
I think I see Spencer Johnson involved in that tie-up down there. I see Soy as well. Doing a great job. There's another 30 seconds down almost. Spencer Johnson gives it up for Hunter Fairman now.
He's moving pretty well here.
Yeah, he's the only man on the rush, but he's going to make the smart play, turn it around, take it right back down into his own zone. And skate off some more time. Schmelzer has it, and he's going to stretch past it. He was trying to find Miller all the way down. There's a quick shot that was fanned on. He was trying to find Miller in the neutral zone, but it actually hit a Griffin in the neutral zone. He was turned around the other way.
Based on the looks of it, that looked like it might have been right on the money. So it was a good thing that Canisius, whoever intercepted that pass.
Great stick check by Caleb Hoffman at the blue line. He was tied up by Luke White to kill the chance. Miller was taken to the ice down there as well.
Great stick lift there.
Donovan doing a great job now in tight. A couple of close looks. There's a shot wide. That was off the stick of Coogan. Now all alone on that right wing. Shot wide again.
10 seconds left.
Let's see the guys. 2 seconds actually expired now. The goaltender smacked that one all the way, and the puck is up into the rafters. 3 minutes, 46 seconds to go in the game clock. We're back to full strength.
Yeah, they just seem to be playing a little bit lackadaisical, like Canisius, that is. They seem complacent almost, like they're set with where they're at right now. I mean, the shot count just keeps growing in IUP's favor. Granted, it's probably going to stay in IUP's favor, but as far as the ratio of shots, 38 for IUP and 19 for the Griffins. The Griffins need to throw a little bit more on net if they expect to be in this game.
The draw tied up by Loza. He got the clear. Adams and Loza on that forecheck. They almost sticked it away, had to rush the other way.
Yeah, that was great pressure by both of them.
And now Loza takes it into the zone. He throws a short angle shot on that was shouldered by LaPierre. Adams takes a hit down low. And Johnston picks it off. And Adams again. A little reverse hit there as he was trying to receive the puck. Now Seitz up high, slides it cross ice for Burkett. Burkett now has it down low. So great job by Loza cycling up. As the defenseman goes down, the EP cycles up to fill the spot. Burkett's going to swipe it around. Adams in that far corner. Great job controlling.
Great move.
Yeah, dancing off one man. Seitz now has it at the point. Slides to Burkett on the left side, a shot in. Loza was looking for the deflection, but right into the logo of LaPierre's jersey.
And that was a great 30 seconds, minute that the Hawks had there in the offensive end. They were moving the puck super well, interrupting passes, getting in on that board play. And that's just why they have so much success during these games, is their ability to outwork the opponent, really.
We talk about how consistent it is that the teams that are going to come away with the wins are just teams that win the 50-50 puck battles and are able to set up and sort of establish their passing early, and the Hawks have done just that. Been fighting for every loose puck, and of course the passing was a little rough this first couple minutes in the first period, but they certainly settled in very quickly.
Yeah.
The scoreboard shows that.
Yeah, the guys have a really good way of locking in pretty quickly when they need to.
Seitz has it down low. Seitz for Miola. Miola, another stretch pass that was hit off of a Griffin. Somehow Tudic collects on the left wing and dumps it in. Miola tries to rim it around. And Solomon comes and picks it off. Another puck battle down low. Solomon tried to target that sort of close-in look from behind the net a couple of times tonight. And every time there's not been anybody there.
Great work by Soy to maintain possession of that puck and get it around.
Stretch pass by Maddox Rarick was intended for Tudic. Now 2-on-1 the other way. There's Solomon trying to find Miola. We heard all of the Canisius bench yelling that they were offside. Still a little bit of a tangle up down low. Miola, of course, involved.
I missed that. I don't know what's going on down there.
I think he honestly just got tangled up with the goaltenders. He's being escorted off now.
I'm sure somebody's saying something to him as Miola's having some choice words for both the bench and the players that are still out on the ice. These boys will not take any kind of disrespect thrown their way, that's for sure.
We're going to get this very productive five out there. Fairman, Malloy, and Miller, along with Donovan and Maddox Rarick. Soy with a couple of fake shots. He cycles it in. Now Miller is going to go right around that dot. Around one man, use the boards if he can. He's tied up and stick is loose. Miller and Fairman on the board. And Fairman tries to cycle it into the middle. Malloy with another stick check down low. Canisius trying to break out. Crimson Hawks standing tall.
That bank pass is pretty much the only thing the Crimson Hawks are offering the Griffins here.
It's a 2-on-1. Miller dancing around one man. He tried to go up high. The puck's up and out of play. Yeah, you know, like you were saying, they really have to use the boards and the glass. Whenever the Crimson Hawks sort of occupy all ground space, you have to go vertical.
Yeah.
And that's really been the only relief that they've had for the Crimson Hawks forecheck.
It's like a get out of jail free card for them back here. And I wouldn't be too upset if I was Miller off that shot. He made a great move to get in position, and I mean, sometimes they go in, sometimes they don't. He was pretty close to sniping that upper corner.
Spencer Johnson tied up on that draw. It was won by Canisius. Now into the zone is Coogan. Throws one on, sticked away by Halpert.
Here comes Filson. Moving well.
Yeah, Allwine actually.
1 minute remaining in the period.
It's Filson into the zone, excuse me. Schmelzer now has it. A minute and counting left in the game. Filson on the forecheck.
Adams going to play it back to him.
Yep. Filson trying to find Johnson on that back door. He was tangled up with Quinn Collins.
And there's a puck out of play, another product of a great forecheck from IUP, just being able to get a stick on the puck and keep the puck in the, well, this is going to be a neutral zone face-off, but it is on the Canisius' side of the ice.
See Hoffman, Tudich, and Solomon. Now that line. Most likely going to close this game out, along with Allwine and Burkett. Now Solomon takes it into the zone. He's taking it to the boards, a big hit. Another one on the far boards. It's Hoffman and Solomon both on the receiving end of a hit. There's a shot in close. Was handled by Halpert. 14 seconds to go. Burkett takes his man to the boards, and there's Allwine as well.
This is a great showing from the Hawks today.
Solomon was trying to clear it out, and it went up into the rafters. And I think these last couple minutes sort of show truly the amount of effort. So that clock is all the way out. They're not going to play the rest of it out. Now, as I was saying, it sort of sets the tone for tomorrow's game that will be also here at 4:30 against Canisius. But you know, they're letting them know that it's going to be the same type of play, the same type of fire, you know, at 4:30 tomorrow.
Yeah, and like we mentioned, they were undefeated coming into this and still undefeated going out of it. We'll see how they go into tomorrow's game, but I would expect them to still be throwing a lot of shots on net like they did today, scoring goals like they always do. And Canisius is going to have to rethink, go back to the drawing board, and find a way to snuff the Crimson Hawks offense.
Yeah, like you said, Canisius handed their first L of the season, and the Crimson Hawks advanced to 5-0 now. That's all we got. A great performance by Connor Halpert. He faced 20 shots, allowed 2. Of course, he can't go unrecognized. But with that, I am Josh Yates with Alex Duffalo for the IUP Hockey Network. We'll be back on YouTube here for the 4:30 puck drop against Canisius University.